This episode feels like classic Friends chaos at its absolute best. Awkward flirting, relationship confusion, lottery dreams, and Ross somehow making every situation 10 times worse without even trying. Ross starts things off in the pediatrician's office where he tries flirting with a single mom after helping her kid find Waldo. For one brief moment, it actually looks like Ross is being smooth until another parent walks in with Ross Jr. and completely destroys the vibe. That's basically Ross in one scene. Confidence followed immediately by embarrassment. Meanwhile, Ross is preparing for a huge paleontology conference where he wants to become the keynote speaker. He's passionately explaining how new MRI scans and DNA testing could completely change accepted fossil timelines and rewrite major scientific assumptions. It's one of those rare moments where we see how brilliant Ross actually is. The problem? The professor he's trying to impress literally falls asleep during his presentation. Only Ross could deliver a groundbreaking scientific speech and somehow turn it into bedtime audio. Back at the apartment, the group becomes obsessed with lottery tickets. Phoebe and the others are already imagining helicopters, private islands, and millionaire lifestyles, while Ross keeps acting like the responsible adult in the room. But underneath all the jokes, you can tell he really just wants to feel included. When Monica secretly buys him a share of the ticket pool, it becomes one of the sweetest sibling moments in the series. Then comes one of the funniest storylines of the episode: Chandler and Ross trying to flirt with random women. Chandler still thinks he's the funny one, while Ross believes he's the intellectual sexy one, but together they become a complete disaster. Ross asks women if they'd rather drown or burn alive. Chandler tries terrible pickup jokes, and both of them get rejected repeatedly. It's painful, but hilarious. Another major moment happens when Rachel and Ross hire a nanny named Molly. Joey and Chandler instantly think she's unbelievably attractive, while Ross keeps pretending he doesn't notice. Of course, the second Rachel leaves the room, Ross completely falls apart trying to compliment her. His awkwardness around women somehow gets worse every season, and that's exactly why it works. The emotional center of the episode arrives when Phoebe accidentally thinks Ross proposed to Rachel. The misunderstanding spirals completely out of control because Rachel found an engagement ring Ross secretly had. Ross insists he never proposed, but even he starts doubting himself because he hasn't slept in almost 2 days. The entire scene perfectly captures the messy history between Ross and Rachel. Confusion, bad timing, mixed signals, and feelings they never fully let go of. There's also a surprisingly wholesome moment involving baby Emma. Ross discovers that the only thing that makes her laugh is him singing Baby Got Back. Rachel is horrified at first because the song is wildly inappropriate for a baby, but once Emma starts laughing uncontrollably, even Rachel joins in. Watching Ross and Rachel rap together while making their daughter laugh is one of the cutest family moments in the later seasons. And of course, the episode delivers classic Phoebe randomness too. She reunites with an old street friend who used to mug people, casually reveals that she once mugged Ross as a teenager, and somehow turns armed robbery into a nostalgic reunion. Only Phoebe Buffet could make crime sound heartwarming. Toward the end, the episode slows down for a surprisingly honest conversation between Ross and Phoebe about marriage. Even after 3 divorces, Ross still admits that he genuinely loves the idea of commitment and being married to someone he loves. It's funny because everyone jokes about Ross being the divorcer, but beneath all the failed relationships, he still believes in love more than anyone else in the group. That's really what makes this episode work so well. Under all the jokes, awkward flirting, lottery fantasies, and ridiculous misunderstandings, it reminds us why these characters feel real. They're insecure, messy, lonely, hopeful, and constantly embarrassing themselves. but somehow they always find their way back to each other. And honestly, nobody represents that better than Ross.